This week, we've been hearing about the rise in the rates of teenage suicide in London and the difficulty getting treatment for depression on the NHS. Well, today, in the final piece of our mental health series, Sarah Harris looks at the work being done in schools and universities to encourage young people to talk about their issues and ask for help.
Because his person is feeling sad, he starts to get smaller. But when he finally talks to someone, he gets big enough.
It's an animation by an 11-year-old pupil trying to encourage other boys his age to talk about their feelings. It's part of the Just Talk project to promote mental health in schools.
I think because they think it's kind of like a girls' thing, but it's not, and we should all be able to talk about it.
The government is funding training in schools to enable staff to spot children having problems early, but some head teachers have reservations about the pressures that puts on teachers.
It's also another thing for teachers to have to contend with and to do. We're not trained in that way, and so therefore we need to, as an organisation, I think it's a really great opportunity for the government to help support us, but we really need trained professionals who can help us in that way rather than perhaps helping teachers.
Teenager Elliot expresses himself performing his drag act. It helps him deal with the depression and anxiety that led him to want to take his own life. He now goes into London schools with the message that it's okay to be however you are.
When I was mentally not stable, the arts helped me, and I feel like if it's not available for everybody, so I want to make it available to other people and run workshops with them.
Many London universities run projects to help students spot the signs when others are struggling with their mental health.
Students have a lot of touch points with people, so there's cleaners, security staff, receptionists, their personal tutors, their course mates, the people that serve them coffee in the canteen. They come into contact with so many people, and I think that the more people we can train appropriately, the better.
This is one of dozens of support groups across London. Here, black young people help each other recover from episodes of anxiety with others they can relate to.
When I was receiving talk therapy, it was so much harder to talk to my college counsellor, who was a middle-aged white woman, that, you know, you've got a big car outside, you're going back home to like whatever you're going back home to. But like already there's a disconnect.
Millions of us call London our home, yet so many young people say they feel isolated and anxious. The message from mental health professionals is asking for help is the first step to the road to a healthier life. Sarah Harris, BBC London News.